content where I want us to get somewhere where we are interacting as colleagues, where we can have disputes, but they are about things that matter and not necessarily things that get disputed to individuals. And a neutral person who fits though, someone who is a tenured faculty member on this campus. But I can't come to your school to get that person because I think it's too much. And so that's why Dr. Pearson is here with me. She's a tenured professor in school education. Second to that, again, is, to just say that, who I put in charge does not have to be an expert in any of your content areas because that's what you all are for. And so she's chosen primarily her ability to establish process and lead discussions and so on. Now, the email is sent to me a plan that looked pretty much like the stuff that we're talking about. Opportunities for you all to sit down, identify where some of the issues are, identify where there are some of the goals that you all want to reach, and figure out the grouping, large and small, big department meetings, small concentration meetings, small groups of faculty, where it is that we need to get somebody in and talk about all of our stuff. But in the meantime, people got to be hired, right? Curriculum has to get put into the book. We got to get folk paid. We got to do all that kind of other stuff you have to do in the department. And so I've asked Dr. Pearson to add on top of her faculty affairs duties this.
Can you clarify Dr. Pearson's position hierarchy?
Here, or so she will be interim chair.
Okay. I just wanted to give the word.
Interim chair.
First of all, I have to be honest with you. I am honored that the provost felt that I was the right person to come in at this time and try to work with you guys at this time in the history of your department. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm not an MBA. I don't have a doctorate in business administration. I didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn. But I have been in higher education administration for almost 2 decades. I came from the WSSU community. I came here from the University of Denver because I'm passionate about the HBCU mission. I wanted to be here. I love my children and my home in the mountains to come here. I really do believe in this.
A historical mission, that we are an HBCU, and that our primary responsibility is to keep that mission. And there is a sense, or has been a growing sense, that the business school is moving away from that mission. That's my assessment of what I get. Questions are raised, racism that were either put out as being mistreated or not being dealt with, that we never dealt with. Chairperson Jones had a contract at that point. I've asked Dr. Bailey to go back and reassess, right? So we don't just honor it blindly. But in fact, if we still can get support of the faculty, then I'm willing to allow that contract to go.
I interviewed every person in the department, all the full-time people, and I specifically asked them about their support of Dr. Jones or not. When I initially reported the findings to the provost, I did not meet with Dr. Smith because I scheduled twice and he was sick, and you had to cancel the appointment. And I have the emails where you had to cancel the appointment. With the exception of Dr. Smith, though, I did talk with everyone in my office on a one-to-one basis. As a result of that, in those interviews, I reported to you that there was overwhelming support for Dr. Jones. Dr. Kajasti then sent me an email in which he brought up the same point. Are people who are not tenured or tenure track allowed to vote? I went back to all of the responses and I removed the votes of people who were not either tenure or tenure track. Still, Dr. Jones had the majority of the support from the people of the tenure and tenure track people.